start? Hello, we're going to start. Hello. Is everyone here that wants to do the raven? Just give it a couple minutes. People are listening to me. I need the microphone.
You know what radar used to do?
Hello.
Quiet!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Poetic Justice. And now we would like to start the Raven. So if you would like to read a stanza, you could just line up. We can line up around here. Either me and Deborah will start, and then we'll just take turns coming around. And Jenny's going to read. I know Margot wants to read. Jeremy, quite a few of us. Okay, Ellen. Is it Ellen? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Ellen. Yeah. And so you guys just take turns, and we'll pass it down the line. And Candace, you're going to be. I'm number 2. Okay, I only have one. No, you're number 3. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do. And we have a couple extra copies. I just pass them down. Okay. 1, 2. So yeah, get in line, Deb. Here. Yeah.
Can we get in line too?
Yeah. They're really late.
Bring your line out this way.
Candace is for the. You want us to read? Okay, we'll read. You want us to read to the camera?
Well, no, just so everybody has a chance on stage.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
come on out this way. You got lots of area here, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just go around in a circle.
Oh, you are?
And if
Okay.
you want to read twice, you can get in line again. So
we're not doing the list. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
no, we're
Robin of the Raven.
You're in a train.
yep. And then we're just going to pass it. So each person is going to read a stanza and go around in a circle. Yep, just pass it down. Okay, we're all ready to go? Yep. The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. Well, I nodded, merely napping. Suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more."
Ah, distinctly I remember it was end of late December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I tried to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore.
And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with a fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, so still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door." Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more.
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more."
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more.
Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more.
Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of saintly days of yore. Not the leap obeyance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with my lord or lady perched upon my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Venus, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more.
Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the continents it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast above the sculptured bust above his chamber door, which such name as nevermore.
But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore.
Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore.
But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling. Straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sitting, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore.
This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fallow whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er. But whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. And methought the air grew denser.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thou God hath lent thee, these angels he hath sent thee, respite and need pensight, the memories of Lenore. Quaff this kind pensight, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still is bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by whore haunted, tell me truly I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, I said I, thing of evils, prophet still, if bird or devil. By that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, till this soul with sorrow laden, here within the distant Eden, is so clasped a sainted maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming through his shadows on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted, nevermore. That's the end.